Welcome to DWBI Adda channel. Please subscribe for latest training videos.
Hello everyone. Welcome to another video tutorial on Seaborn. Color is more important than other aspects of figure style because color can reveal patterns in the data if used efficiently or hide those patterns if used poorly. Seaborn makes it easy to select and use color palettes and that are suited to the kind of data we are working with and the goals we have in visualizing it. In this session, we are going to explore the color palettes of Seaborn. First, we are going to import NumPy, Seaborn and Matplotlib libraries. The most important function for working with discrete color palette is color palette function. This function provides an interface to many of the possible ways we can generate colors in Seaborn, and it's used internally by any function that has a palette argument. Color palette will accept the name of any Seaborn palette or Matplotlib color map. It can also take a list of colors specified in any valid Matplotlib format. The return is always a list of RGB tuples. Quantitative palettes are best when we want to distinguish discrete chunks of data that do not have an inherent ordering. When we import Seaborn, the default color style is changed to a set of 10 colors that evoke the standard Matplotlib color cycle while aiming to be a bit more pleasing to look at. There are 6 variants of the default theme and they are deep, muted, pastel, bright, dark and colorblind. In this section, we are going to visualize all of them. The first one is default Seaborn theme. Next one, deep theme, then muted. After that we have pastel theme. This one is bright, then this is dark theme. And final one is a colorblind theme. When we have an arbitrary number of categories to distinguish without emphasizing any one, the easiest approach is to draw evenly spread colors in a circular color space. The most common way to do this using the HLS color space, which is a simple transformation of RGB values. There is also HLS palette function that will help us to control lightness and saturation of the colors. We can also use hue system, which also makes it easy to select evenly spread hues while keeping the apparent brightness and saturation much more uniform. In this section, we will work with categorical color brewer palettes. In Seaborn, when we ask for a qualitative color brewer palette, we will always get the discrete colors, but this means that at a certain point, they will begin to cycle. The first one is paired theme, next one is set to, and in the final one, we used customized theme. A while back, XKCD ran a cross-sourced effort to name random RGB colors. This produced a set of 954 named colors, which we can now reference in Seaborn using the XKCD RGB dictionary. This one is pale red, medium green and denim blue. We can also pass a list of names to the XKCD palette function. So we have used Windows Blue, Amber, Grayish, Faded Green and Dusty Purple in our Seaborn XKCD palette. The second major palette is called sequential. For sequential data, it's better to use palettes that have at most a relatively subtle shift in hue accompanied by a large shift in brightness and saturation. This approach will naturally draw the eye to the relatively important parts of the data. The Color Brewer library has a great set of these palettes. They are named after the dominant color in the palette. Now, Cube Helix color palette. The Cube Helix color palette system makes sequential palettes with a linear increase or decrease in brightness and some variation in hue. This means that the information in our color map will be preserved when converted to black and white or when viewed by a colorblind individual. Matplotlib has a default Cube Helix version built onto it. But this is slightly different in Seaborn. We can even control the palette using the specific parameters. The first one is default Matplotlib theme, but with the similar number, our Seaborn theme is a little bit different. And using the different arguments, we have also changed the theme a bit. For a simple interface to custom sequential palettes, we can use light palette or dark palette functions, which are both seeded with a single color and produce a palette that ramps either from light or dark desaturated value to the color. These functions are accompanied by the Choose Light Palette and Choose Dark Palette function that launch interactive widgets to create these palettes. The first one is with green theme, then purple theme. The next one is navy theme but with reverse true. In the next one, we used Hosel along with the default RGB. And finally, we used XKCD with muted purple. The third class of color palettes is called diverging. These are used for data where both large, low and high values are interesting. There is also usually a well-defined midpoint in the data. For instance, if we are plotting changes in temperature from some baseline time point, it is best to use diverging color map to show areas with relative decrease and areas with relative increase. We can also use Color Brewer library to choose divergence color maps. We can also use the Seaborn function diverging palette to create a custom color map for diverging data. This function makes diverging palettes using the Hosel color system. We pass it to hues and optionally the lightness and saturation values for the extremes. Using Hosel means that the extreme values and the resulting ramps to the midpoint will be well balanced. The color palette function has a companion called setPalette. The relationship between theme is similar to the pairs covered in the aesthetics tutorial. setPalette accepts the same argument as color palettes, but it changes the default Matplotlib parameter so that the pattern is used for all plots. First we are going to define a sign plot, then we set a specific Hosel theme in the setPalette and use this palette for sign plot. The color palette function can also be used in a with statement to temporarily change the color palette. So we have finished our demonstration in Jupyter Notebook. Now returning to the presentation. Today in this session we have discussed Seaborn color palettes, and with this we are finishing our exploration in Seaborn. So thank you very much for staying with us.